Have you always wanted to start your own business? Do you have an innovative idea or an invention, but just don't know how to turn it into a company? Are you already in business and need some help growing? The BRF's Entrepreneurial Accelerator Program can help. At EAP, we work alongside you, helping you with things like financial modeling, funding strategy, pitch preparation, and marketing strategy. So what are you waiting for? Go to eapla.com today and set up a time to talk with our team. Let EAP help you launch or grow your business in North Louisiana today.
We're back on the cusp. Another episode with my co-host, Matt Snyder. Matt, welcome back.
Thank you.
And today with us is John Dudley with Chasing Aces. And what a story, because you and I were just talking. This has been, for me and you, it's been about an 18-month, but for you, how long?
Right at 2 years. But, there's this train that we're on, and now we got a little bit of momentum. I don't know if you know, but there's a little buzz out there right now.
Yeah. There is a little buzz.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit of buzz about Chasing Aces. So tell us what Chasing Aces is, and then jump right into what got you into this. Well, why?
So Chasing Aces is a sports entertainment complex. It's technology driven. It has a swing bay entertainment driving range. It has a 9-hole smart course that we've developed our own technology here in Louisiana. We've developed the tech stack and also developed a hardware camera system that allows us to track players, hole-in-ones, and things like that. There's also a putting course, a banquet hall, an upscale dining facility, and a normal fair food sports bar. When you walk into this thing, that was what I wanted to do when I started thinking about Chasing Aces. I wanted to bring something that when you walk in there, it's going to wow you. So when you walk in, the whole wall is a TV at the sports bar. 24 foot tall, 24 foot wide, and it's interactive. You can use your mobile device to tap into it and be able to interact with it, social interaction with other players. And it's just something that's not been done.
Yeah, and it's going to be for the East Bank right there next to Margaritaville, okay? It is going to be an incredible facility.
From all the way from where we're at, Chasing Aces, all the way through Margaritaville, the Boardwalk, Horseshoe, and all through the East Bank will be the social hub of North Louisiana. There's no doubt about it. We are bringing the heat. We have so many strategic partners down there that they're willing to play together, and and the more people that come down there, the more successful we're going to be.
Everybody.
Hey, we're where the action was, and always will be. You come on down and see us. We got it.
Yeah, and it's just more, when you came to us, you have to get past the thought that it's just a Topgolf-like facility. A lot of people, they can't see beyond that.
So whenever I started building this idea in my head, there's some childhood memories that were very fond of me and very fond of everybody in the Arklatex. There was a golf course on the west side of Shreveport called Par 3.
Yeah.
And it was played at night.
Under the lights.
And it was so different than any other experience that you had in golf. And so
in a lot of ways, the Dobermans. You remember those dogs that be like protecting those warehouses, and they were like barking at you while you're hitting a shot.
I mean, the lights were just barely hanging on, but
that was like out of Happy Gilmore or something like that you're practicing.
But hey, that's where I learned how. I have some life skills that were learned there. I learned how to gamble. I learned business structure. So my dad's dental office was on Monkhouse Drive, which shoots right into where Par 3 was. This was in the 80s and 90s. And so I would make my $150 for the week, and we're going straight to the golf course. I'm going to learn how to play huckabuck. I'm going to learn. And they gave me $150 lessons every week.
Yeah.
And so that kind of spurred something inside of me. I went to this world famous resort called Whistling Straits, and I was there with a couple of buddies of mine, and we played this par 3 golf course, had music. It just was a different
They have one
vibe.
like that at Pinehurst.
Yeah, they have. All your major resorts
those
have
are
them. They
cool.
have one at Pebble Beach. We went there this last year. But it has this different vibe than the rest of the facility, which is really country club.
Yeah, it's like a party.
Yeah, it is just like a party. And so I get this feeling, and so we had a plane ride that got diverted, and I had taken a magazine out of Aaron Hill's pro shop. I paid $500 for 9 holes. I said, I got this magazine. I'm grabbing it.
Yeah.
I snatched it, and I had it in my bag. And we get diverted because there's a tornado in Dallas, and so we had to drive home from Oklahoma City, and I read this whole magazine about night golf. And I said, there's no way you can make money with a golf course, but you can make money with the entertainment, driving range business model.
Yeah.
They're making money. And so
Because you're standing, it's like a bowling alley. You're standing next to a girl hacking 7-irons in stilettos.
You're paying to be in every spot that you go to.
Yeah.
That's right.
And people, it's not a fad, it's a trend. It's been around for 25 years now, and they just made a $9 billion acquisition. It's going to be here. And so what I did is I went and looked at every review that was a 1-star review, because I wanted to see all the good. It's a great business model. They've done successful. I wanted to see what I had to do to make it better. And so I start building this. Then I come to you, bring a little crayon drawing, and says, I'm going to do this. He's like, nah, it's already been tried here. I says, no, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I love that.
And then he says, okay, we'll take you. And so I start building this idea in my head, and I went to some people that I knew that could help me with the tech, and I had to kind of mature my idea a little bit. And so I start looking for land, and finally, I've been looking for land for a month, and I finally got with the Bossier Chamber of Commerce. Lisa Johnson called me and says, hey, if you can get this guy to do something with you, this is the perfect spot for you. And that's how we landed
landed right there.
Right there where Margaritaville is.
Yeah. But you were 100%. You tell a great story. You were 100% committed to this idea from the beginning, and that came across everywhere you went.
That comes across more and more when you talk to the people doing big things in town. Brad Simon was that way with Red River Range. He was talking, and I'd be standing right next to him, and people would be like, walk away from Brad and be like, oh, that'll never work. And Brad didn't care. Brad was going to do it, and he did do it. I mean, that's what it takes.
There was so many, there were so many things going against me. And, this is one of the things that I really wanted to talk about. When you make that shift inside yourself, no one's going to come and help you. When you make that shift inside yourself, everything changes. The oppositions become the opportunities. And inside what you can do, and you keep believing in it. You wake up every day, even the day that you think that you can't do it, you wake up and you say, I will do this. I'm going to take this one step. It doesn't matter how big that step is. Take the step, move forward. And now we're working on a $25 million project that started off, I thought would cost me $3 million. I was going to be able to do it myself.
Yeah.
And then I said, oh God, I'm going to need some help. And another thing is, when you're working on your dream, you have to open up and allow people to help you. Behind me are 50 of the brightest people I've ever been in touch with that are helping me do this. I get to be the front of it. Yes, it was my idea, but without them, it doesn't come true. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen without the tech team. It doesn't happen out with the capital investors. It doesn't happen without the support of my wife or my family. All these things, but when you make that shift, people start believing in you. And you have the people that look at you and go, oh yeah, sure, and that happens. But that person that says that, they're going to come see me.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to be grateful for the ones that had belief in me and the ones that didn't have belief in me, because it takes the whole community to do it.
Well, these are game-changing projects. I mean, this is a game changer for our area. And it takes a guy like you taking this risk. And man, I appreciate it. I know Dave does too. But I mean, that's who we're trying to encourage, because this is a thing, and there's many of these at all different levels, but they shift. I mean, we talked to the guys that did Providence out in the Southern Loop in Shreveport, and it shifted the way that area looks and acts and what it has. And I think you're going to do the same thing. And all these projects takes one person saying, I understand that most of you think it won't work, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, so the guys that were just here, they inspired me. Bo and Peanut from Bojack's, I literally watched them from nothing and built an awesome business. And it was because they went all in. They got determined. I've been a business owner for a long time. I own a business that's been in architects for 50 years. Until I started this journey of having to put myself out there, because I've never had to go ask anybody for any money ever. I've always been the person that, has been able to provide for other people. And so that was a really tough thing for me to do. But once I put myself out there and said, this idea is going to change me, and it's going to change the area, and I'm going to make sure that no matter what people say and what happens, I'm going to make this thing happen. And that culture shift has to come. No one's come to save this city.
Right.
If you want it to happen, you got to look inside yourself and go do it. And we have the people. There was a lot more people with more money than me that could have done this. And guess what?
Yeah.
We will be a national brand. It's not. We're
right.
not.
And that's a key thing. It's not just one facility.
Is this the first Chasing Aces?
Yes, this
That's
is the
awesome.
first Chasing
That
Aces.
is awesome, man.
Headquarters in Shreveport,
Bossier
Bossier.
City.
That's right.
Yeah.
Come on down to Bossier City.
That's right, absolutely.
All right, so
that
I gotta-
whole East Bank, think about it, guys.
Yeah,
You
that
had
East
a couple
Bank's
of
coming
East Bank
together.
guys together.
I got a serious question though.
Yeah.
What kind of handicap are you riding
Shoot,
with
man.
at this point?
It depends on who I'm talking to.
Yeah. All right. Well, I need handicap now, and then we're gonna check you about a year after Chasing Aces
I've
opens.
played golf twice since I've started this. In the last year, I've played golf two times, but I hold a 8.
Yeah. Okay.
I hold an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
I
That's respectable.
could shoot in the 70s, but I can shoot 85 too. But
Yeah.
and let me tell you something about that, and it's with everything. So, I'm an average dental technician that owns a multi-million-dollar dental company. I'm an average golfer that won my club championship, and it's all about mindset. The day that I showed up to play the club championship, I had that won before we ever stepped on the green. I had it won in my head.
Yeah.
And I got up to the first hole, and I got a 2-foot putt for birdie, and I make a bogey.
Yeah. That's
But I had to reevaluate.
right, yeah.
On the second hole, I make a birdie, and then everything settles down, and I ended up winning that year and beat. 75% of the field was better than me.
Yeah.
But I was mentally prepared for it.
That's awesome.
And so mentally preparing yourself is key. Whenever I had to change everything about my life to make Chasing Aces happen. I had to dedicate my time, over 100 hours a week to get it. I'm running around crazy going, I'm going to do this. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
86 times I was told no
Yeah.
by investors, banks. You were there.
I was there.
Everywhere we went. It's like they laughed us out of the,
Yeah.
and it became the fuel that says, okay, it's okay, but I learned everywhere we went.
Absolutely.
I learned a little bit, and I'll tell you, these banks don't want to tell you what the real deal. They're not going to sit there and say, well, if you need this, this, and this, and we'll make this happen. That's not how it works. They just say no.
Yeah.
And they just say no.
The coolest thing about this, to me, by far, is you hear everybody all the time tell you what the area needs, right? We need a Dave, for years, we need a Dave and Buster's. We need a PF Jenks. Who cares about any of that? the cooler thing is you're not waiting for the Topgolf ferry to come drop a Topgolf. You're going and doing it yourself. You're going to do it better. You're going to do something innovative that you can grow. Man, that's what it's about.
When this thing rolls out, you know, it's hard. This vision's inside my head, and we have it on paper now. But when it rolls out, it's going to blow people's mind. I've got a tech company that Balance Media Technology. They're awesome. I mean, they're just above the normal grade of a tech company, and they have built something for us that is just going to not only just change things here, but all the tech stack that we're building will be white labeled to be moved into different sectors.
Cool.
And this sponsorship marketing tool that we have that will go on the driving range and the golf course is crazy.
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We'll be able to take, so let's say you're a sponsor of Chasing Aces, and we have you as a driving range sponsor. So there'll be an AR artifact that'll come across. Let's say Jimmy Grande, he's a buddy of mine, and a Ford pickup comes across, and you hit that. Jimmy jumps out. Hey, you just won $100 off of your Ford pickup. But here's how the call to action works. Now,
that's awesome.
Now that's just one part of it. Now that digital imprint's gone to your app. Now if you go to Stonewall, you go to the location, you win a tournament entry fee to come back to the facility. Now I could tell Jimmy, hey Jimmy, I know for sure that this guy in Bay 32 came to your place to buy a pickup truck, and whether he buys something or not, and then he came back to mine.
Yeah,
he came back to my location.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
So we're moving traffic, hard traffic. I know for sure.
Does that escalate? So the next time, do I get 200?
Well, you might get some CC's Pizza or whoever.
Okay, all right.
I'm just giving you an example.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I was like everybody else. I was a little skeptical when you walked in, but after you started building the technology piece and what this is really going to be, there's no place else that's even close to what you're doing. All right, and when it comes to technology, you know, the BRF and EAP, we love technology, but it is a true game changer right there in Bossier City. And man,
I want in on one of these early Huckabuck 9-hole tournaments.
I want in.
I want in.
Hey,
so
look,
when you get out there ready, I'm coming.
Hey, so the jackpot on the 9-hole course will attract people from all over the country. Okay, so it starts off at $1,000 a hole. This is not gambling. This falls under a country club rule for a hole-in-one.
This is happening at a lot of big courses now. I'm seeing this more and more.
Every hole, but we up the ante. So in every day that it gains $200 to $300 a day. So even if people hit hole-in-ones, in 36 months we'll organically have $500,000 to $750,000 on the course at all times. Okay, so let's say you're on hole 3.
And we're not even gambling.
No, we ain't gambling. So you get on the hole 3 and you get up there and you shake it, hits a rock, it goes in the hole, and we verify it, and you just won $50,000 or the jackpot's $50,000. You get 25 grand, and whoever's in the park, we do a digital freeze, and it's distributed to them.
No way.
Yeah. So you win money whether you make a hole-in-one or not. You think I'm not going to get them?
You got to just be there.
Be here.
Yeah, you got to be there to play.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
You show up to show out.
We're going long here, so let's bring it back. So we're talking about groundbreaking when?
June 9th.
June 9th.
June 9th.
So how long will it take to build?
It'll take about 12 months to build. We have a 14 to 12-month window. My contractor, Mike Boggs, appreciate you, brother, is going to make it happen in 12 months.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Dude, thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
This is great. Thanks.